and Golden Contract finalist and good man and all-round nice fella who everyone loves. Welcome to VIP TV today.
Great to be back on VIP.
Good man. So I've got to ask you, where are you today?
I'm just out and about, driving around. My day off, so I've got a few little bits to do, and I thought to do the media day. I've got a good few interviews on today, so it's about 3 or 4 hours long. I'll be doing interviews, so yeah, it's the best way to spend my time than going in and out of the fridge.
So let's talk about the final next week against Ryan Walsh. You're both very popular, both very likeable. Is it sort of fitting that, should we say, I know you're only 29, but two of the elder statesmen of the competition have got to the final?
Yeah, well, it shows experience over the title fight distance. It's only been 10 rounds, but it shows that experience that you learn a lot, don't you, when you stick around.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to get at, I think, is that if either one of you had lost in the Golden Contract, it would have been a lot harder for you to get back to the top, where there's other guys that can come again. Whereas you got there, and you're now at one step away from that life-changing contract.
Yeah, well, when I entered it, Steve, I said I'm entering it because I'm going to win it. I don't care who goes in it. I didn't know who was going to be in it at the time when I did sign. I think Ryan was the only fighter who had signed when I signed to be in it, who we thought who was going to go in it. A lot of good fighters refused the option to go in it. So, yeah, when I went in, I said I'm going to go in it because I'm going to win it. That was where I was at.
Yeah. Tell us about this fight next week and how good it is for people who are going to be watching on TV.
Yeah, well, it's got promising prospects. I think on paper it's a really good fight. We're both at a top level. I'm ranked number 2 in the world with the IBF, number 3 in the world with the IBF. He's ranked number 2 in the world with the WBO. I'm also ranked with the WBC, so is he. So we're both ranked in in the top 5 in the whole world. So that's where we're both at. It's just below a world title fight.
Yeah. And what do you think of Ryan as a person, first of all?
Yeah, I think he's a top lad. He's a family man, and you can see he's a loving family man, and I think he's a good guy. I've got on with him over the years, but without having to come up against him and fight him. When we both on the circuit years ago, I was at 8 stone 10, and I think he was still at 9 stone. Bloody hell, he's been at 9 stone for years, but yeah, he's a tough guy.
And now tell us about the fight and how it's going to go. How are you going to win it?
Yeah, I'm just going to do what I always do, Steve. I'm going to find a way to win it, you know what I mean? I'm going to go in there, I'm going to box how I box. I have the ability to box anywhere I want to box. I can box going forward, I can box going back. I can punch, I can box fast, I can do it all. So, yeah, I'll see when I get in there. I want to navigate the situation.
I mean, has it taken the edge? No, look, the prize is still the same at the end. The Golden Contract, great paydays ahead. Has it been, people watching on TV but empty arenas, has that taken an edge off it at all?
I don't know, Steve, because I don't watch the telly. I don't watch the boxing on the telly myself, so I don't really know. I am gutted for the fans who want to be there, the true fans who love to go to the shows and they really enjoy it. The people who go for a night out, which is, let's be honest, 99% of them, I'm not too gutted for them because I know they'll find things to do either way. They'll go drink anywhere, do you know what I mean? So, but I am gutted for the true fans and the true people, the people who come and support me and they have done all these years. I'm gutted for them, but that's, my mind's not on that at the minute. My mind's on just doing the job and getting up, and moving on, and hopefully they'll be there when the bigger nights come.
I mean, you're very diligent. I've known you for a lot of years, and your dedication and what you put into it is inspirational to young boxers. But I find it strange what you say there. Someone who seems so in love with it, that you don't watch boxing on TV at all. Do you not follow it?
mad, isn't it? I don't know. I don't watch it. I don't know why, Steve. I do not understand why I don't like it. The snooker's on. I'll get home to watch the snooker. You know, I'll sit down. I get my cup of tea, and I love to watch the snooker. I just love that. That's the sport I love to watch. The snooker. Boxing, I'm just not a fan of it. I just love to fight. I just love to throw down. See, that's what it must be. Medication for the soul.
So if I asked you, say, 10 boxing questions, would you get them right, or about current British champions and stuff, or would you not know? No, seriously.
Let's do it.
All right, name me British heavyweight champion.
The British champion at heavyweight.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Nathan Gorman, but he boxed Dubois. Is it Dubois?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. All right, let me think.
Come on, hit me again. Come on.
Right, okay. British. I've got to check some of these myself. British. Okay, the British flyweight champion.
Flyweight. Sonny Edwards.
I'm checking myself.
Like the things I remember, what you think of them, yeah, how do you remember that? And then the things I I should know.
The flyweight's vacant. Super flyweight is Sonny Edwards. I know. Who's the
I can have that.
Who's the British super bantamweight champion?
Brad Foster.
Well done. Who's the British super featherweight champion?
Super featherweight. Is it Kikachi?
Yes, you know it. It.
Yeah, that's what I know. Yeah. I know more than you.
You're the boss. Who's the lightweight champion?
I'm gonna go from it's not Robbie Davies, but I'm gonna go from him.
No, he ran it recently. A big puncher.
It went from Robbie Davies to Ritson, didn't it?
Lightweight.
And
lightweight.
Then big puncher. The Irish Tennyson.
Yes, he's flying. Okay. Right. The super lightweight champion. You might get this.
Don't know that one.
I thought you'd get that. Because he's fighting one of your mates, I think. He's fighting Sam Maxwell.
Joe Hughes.
No, Akeem Ellis Brown. Welterweight champion.
Now I'm lost, Steve. Anyone bigger than 9 stone is like a giant to me, so I'm lost.
Hey, you know your point. But you get your point. You don't
watch my radar.
So you don't watch boxing on TV then? That's basically what you're saying. You don't really follow the sport, but you know a bit about it.
Yeah, it's not hard to see what you see on the social media. It's there all day long, isn't it? Social media, you see these names, you don't know them, they're coming through constantly, aren't they? So yeah.
Looking back at your career, you've had them losses. What did you learn from defeats against Galahad, Rigondale, those sort of guys?
It's just get equal. It's like the seed which carries equal benefits, Steve, every time. You know what I mean? It's like you take the loss, it's so hard, but with that comes so many lessons, and there's too many lessons. I can go on all day about what I've learned. You know what I mean? Since
no,
every time has been like a defining moment for me. You see, after every loss I've had, I've gone on to do better things. So I always believe in, if you're not going to get better, turn it in. You know what I mean? And that's how I see a loss.
Yeah, it's just the one I think of a lot. Everyone's going to think of, obviously the Rigondale defeat because it was high profile and a lot of people were talking about the fight. But the one I think was maybe the Galahad one, the hardest to come back with, because you'd been unbeaten and you were really being built up as some big prospect, some Superman in the media, weren't you?
Yeah, well, we were both nominated for Young Fighter of the Year, and then we fought, and he won it. So I'd never been on my arse. That was the first time I'd been on my arse in my life within something like 80 fights. So yeah, it was a tough one to come back from, but it was there every single day. I need to come back. I need to come back. I need to get stronger. I need revenge. I still think that way, Steve. But every single day, I think I've got to get better. Got to get better. Got to get better. So without them losses, you can't actually be in the position where you're not always in that situation where you're saying I need to get better, need to get better. You're not driving yourself mad because you need to get better when things are going well. So yeah, I have to thank for them situations, you know. And if you put me in a situation that you say now, right, you're still undefeated, or you take them losses with the lessons you've learned, what's it going to be? And it's a no-brainer, obviously. Yeah. Take the losses with the lessons you've learned.
Yeah, and tell us about, you I think it's 6 or 7 fight winning run. You've been beating good men. You're in the form of your career. Tell us about the influence George Vaughan and Derry Matthews have had on your career over the last 12 to 18 months.
Yeah, well, you see everything's changed, Steve. Georgie's had me sitting down on my shots, and there's also my strength and conditioning coach and my nutritionist, who was Carl Evans. I also brought him on board at the time when I joined Derry and Georgie. We've all worked together, being a great team, and Georgie's had me doing things in the gym that I was never doing, and just little simple things that work so well. And there's no one. I think most of them being title fights, and against good opposition, all of them, and there's nobody who hasn't been on the canvas or stopped against me. So yeah, it's going really well, you know, feeling confident, and as you know, from that, from confidence comes more confidence. So I'm in this position now, and every fight has been building up to this, and I am in a very good position. I'm so confident, so I feel so powerful and so, you know, alive with them feelings. That's what you want to be as a fighter. You want to be alive, and you want to be confident. You want to feel like you can bounce through a brick wall. So that's where I'm at now, and with, as I say, with Georgie and Derry, I've got so much faith and trust in George, because every morning Georgie's on the hills with me, run in the dark, in the wet, you know what I mean? And you could write the story, Steve. It's like the movie, you know what I mean? It's the sacrifice that we both put in there. It's unbelievable, and you want to make him proud as well. You want to make Derry proud. And I had posters of Derry on my bedroom wall when I was growing up as a kid, and now Derry's my coach. It's amazing, really. So also with like, I didn't even mention Tony Bellew. Same, Tony Bellew, Derry. These people on my bedroom wall on posters when I was a little boy, and now I'm in this situation that we're all a team, and we're fighting. And yeah, I get as fucking bubbles in my stomach thinking about it. I'm excited. You know what I mean? I want to make them proud too.
If you win next week, you're going to give Tony Bellew a picture to put on your wall, on his wall of you.
Yeah, I'll have to, won't I? I'll get him a nice. I'll even sign it for him.
And before the fight next week, I mean, you're very spiritual. Will you still go to church most days, or a couple of the days?
Right now, Steve, there's no church, is he? So it's just right now the churches are all closed.
Course, you know what I mean? I didn't realise. I'm not religious. I didn't realise that. So what do you do? You do your prayer at home now?
Well, I always say going to church to go going to church to speak to God is like going to the phone box when we've got mobiles right here in our heart. I just phone them from my heart, you know what I mean? I speak to him in my prayer life. I don't need to go to the phone box to speak to him, you know what I mean? A lot of people go to church, but they feel like a connection there, but I've got a strong relationship with God, and he guides me, and yeah, it's the best relationship I've got with my father, you know, and yeah, I appreciate it so much that I get to do his will. I am chosen to do this, Steve, you know what I mean? Sometimes I think, what would I be doing if I was left to my own device? This, you know what I mean? I feel like I'm chosen to do this, and I enjoy every second of it. I wake up today, just get to speak to you. I got to speak to Steve Lewis today. What a day to be alive, you know what I mean? So it's like, it's just a great journey to be on. I'm soaking up so much, because one day it might not be there, you know. So yeah, I'm just trying to soak it up, and I'm grateful to God for this opportunity. I'm grateful he's put me in this position, and I'm grateful that I am a Golden Contract champion. I thank God for my blessings before I have received them, because I think by faith a lot can be achieved.
And just before we let you go, and I just want to ask you, I think it's your nephew who's just signed with VIP, Ryan Dickens.
Yeah, Ryan Dickens is a top fighter. I remember Ryan when he came in the gym years ago. He was a small little chubby fella. He used to kick everyone in sparring. He used to get kicked out of the ring for kicking people, and he's come on so much. He's just stuck to it, and he's learned, and he's done so well. You know, he's done amazing. I was speaking to him a few weeks ago. We weren't close growing up. We weren't close growing up, but I've got to know him through boxing. That's another beautiful thing through boxing. I wouldn't even know him only for boxing, really. So now he's boxed for England, and he's got so much experience to give back to boxing, and now he's turning professional, and he's got an exciting future ahead of him. He just needs the right people around him to guide him and to bring them along slowly, because I'm 29, Steve, and I've got like 32 fights behind me. I could retire now, British and European champion, if I wanted to. You know what I mean? At under the age of 30. So what people need to do is need to bring them through very, very slowly and give him the fights when he needs them, because you can go too fast and you end up retired at the age of 25, which is crazy.
Yeah. You know what? You're going to tell me off here. I just had a quick glance at your record before we dialed in here, and you know what? I'm honest. I don't fib. You know that. I thought you was about 32 because you've been around so long. And you're only 29. Gosh, he's only 29. He's been around forever, and I mean that in the nicest compliment I can give you, that you've been around forever. Yeah. But I don't mean that. Yeah, well, I can tell you I thought that when I checked your date of birth.
Yeah, it's mad though, Steve, because boxing, you say it's a short game, but if you think about it, the amateurs, you put an amateur. I started at the age of 12. Now I'm 29. That's a 17-year career. Do you know what I mean? What other workplace do you have where you have a 17-year career? That's a long, long time, isn't it? So people say it's a short game. I get what they say. You retire early, but you start early. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You don't even start a full career till you've left school and you're 18. You're 18, you go on for the next 20 years, you're 38. Then you want to, you know what I mean, think where you're at in life. But with boxing, it starts so early. That's why it ends so early.
Yeah, it's mad. As you say, most people don't understand the job's 17 years. It's been, okay, that was 12 and you was a kid in clubs. It was, you know, from the age of 12, I don't know what age did you, from that moment, was it building towards Night's Night next Wednesday, December the 2nd?
Yeah, well, I knew, I said when I went to the gym on day one, I want to be world champion. There's a picture of John Conte on the wall. I always tell this story. I said, that belt there, the WBC, that was my goal from day one.
Really?
So I say I've been in up to 17 years. Yeah, I remember the feeling I got when I went in the gym. It was amazing. And I get it now.
I mean, what about winning the WBC belt and John Conte's there to present it? What about that?
Yeah, that would be amazing, wouldn't it? And I think in life, you have to, nobody knows how to do something until you've done it. You can't say, I know how to do this until you've actually done it. Do you know what I mean? I've got good people around me like Tony Belly. We've done it at Goodison. That would be a dream come true. That would be my dream come true, to fight for the world title at Goodison, you know. So I've got good people around me. As we say, John Conte's done it from Liverpool. Otto's done it from Liverpool. Tony Belly's done it from Liverpool. Count Smith's got a version of the WBC world title from Liverpool. So we've got so many great fighters here who've gone before us, and I believe I will do it myself too. I will do it myself.
Brilliant. Well, you know what? All I can do, I'd say the same to Ryan Walters. I'd say to you, just all the best for next week to both of you. And mate, that, you know, the big thing, let's hope it, you know, the best man wins. We've got no mad controversies at the end. And everyone who watches says that man deserves to win, whoever that will be. Thank you very much, Jazza, as always.
Thank you, Stephen. Thank you to VIP as well. Great channel, by the way. Great channel.
You take care. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. Bye-bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.